That is the evidence that the crime occurred.
We're talking about rape kits. Tens of thousands of untested kits with critical DNA evidence sit in crime labs in storage facilities, potentially allowing rapists to remain free, leaving victims waiting for justice.
News 10's Suzanne Phan went looking for answers about the DNA delay, pressing law enforcement for detailed numbers, seeing if a backlog of kits means fewer arrests.
The numbers are staggering. Nationwide, there are 180,000 untested rape kits. It's critical DNA that could lead to a criminal conviction. We dug into this issue to see how many untested rape kits there are in our area and why, and what this could mean for arrest rates.
Birmingham, more than 2,000 rape kits.
The critical concern captured in this episode of Law & Order SVU.
Phoenix has 4,100 untested rape kits.
Why have so many kits containing essential DNA evidence gone unprocessed after the victim of a sexual assault goes through an invasive medical exam?
It was a stranger that came into our house.
Peggy Rex was raped 35 years ago as a teenager. She immediately went to get an exam done.
It's discouraging in that to have the courage to go in, have the exam, be tested, have the and have your kit sit on a shelf.
The DNA collected went to a crime lab for testing and was then sent to a national database for known criminals. Every rape kit gathered in Sacramento County would be processed in this particular crime lab if the police and the DA deem that it's necessary and appropriate. When we checked to see exactly how many rape kits have been collected and analyzed, this is what we found. Since January 2008, Sacramento County received 1,085 sexual assault evidence kits. Only 335 of those kits were to be tested as requested by a law enforcement agency or the DA's prosecutors. 719 of the rape kits in Sacramento County were never tested because there was no request or because the request for testing was canceled.
Had mine been one of these untested ones in this day, I think I would be incredibly frustrated.
Some argue without testing every kit, rapists can go unconvicted in real life as they do on television.
I wonder how many guys like Harris could have been stopped if those rape kits had been tested.
We would probably see a great increase in terms of the number of convictions if we were able to test every rape kit.
There are several reasons why rape kits do not need to be tested. Sergeant Dean Bowen with the Sex Assault Bureau for the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department says sometimes a victim doesn't want to prosecute. Sometimes the victim knows the suspect. Sometimes the suspect admits to having sex with the victim.
Really all the test is going to do is show that one person had sexual contact with another person. It doesn't necessarily show that it was a crime.
It costs as much as $1,500 to collect and process each rape kit. It takes time, money, and staffing. That's tough when resources are limited. And then there's a growing demand for DNA testing.
It can be critical, but again, in most of our cases, it's the work of the detective, the footwork of the detective that's actually going to get the conviction, not the DNA evidence.
But one law enforcement agency has made it a priority to test every rape kit.
I believe it's critical.
In 2005, Stockton Police Sergeant Andrew Hendricks reviewed nearly 200 questionable rape cases. He discovered a backlog of 40 untested kits dating back a decade. Hendricks cleared out the backlog, and since then,
we test all of our cases where sexual assault kit is conducted.
You know, it's just by acknowledging it.
For rape survivors like Peggy Rex, getting examined after a sexual assault is a critical first step towards healing and toward finding the perpetrator. She firmly believes getting that rape kit tested could be the key to cracking a case and getting a rapist off the street for good. You might be wondering if testing every rape kit leads to more arrests. Check out the data. According to the Department of Justice, the arrest rate in Sacramento County is 14%. In San Joaquin County, that rate is nearly double that. And in Los Angeles City, the arrest rate is 28%. That's 3 years after they cleared out a backlog of 7,000 untested kits. In New York City, the arrest rate is 70%. According to Natasha's Justice Project, that rate is so high because they test every kit in New York City. Now, we have so much data online. Be sure to check out our extended coverage. We've got a look inside of a rape kit. We've got slideshows. We've got extended interviews, a look at legislation. Again, that's at news10.net.